Hey everybody, happy Sunday. So last night I had a dream, and overall it was about operating in your gifts unashamed and unafraid. So in the dream, several things happened, but this one particular part, I was getting on a plane and the gate agent stopped me to ask me questions. Other people were passing by as we were chatting, but he said, people are going to think you're crazy because you say that you receive messages, but they're just going to think you're crazy and that you're talking to yourself and just hearing voices. And so then he wanted me to give a time when I gave a message to someone and it was true. And so I told him I gave my sister a message about someone that she was with and just different things and it wasn't even the patterns that they presented. It was what I was being shown of what was about to happen, and I gave her that message. And so people were still just passing me and we were talking and all of that. And then he said, okay, you can go. And so I go through the little, I don't know what it's called, but the corridor between the gate and the plane. And so I start walking through that throughway, and I was saying, I should have told him about the time where I told a coworker that when I saw him, I was like, oh, you having a baby? And in fact, his wife next day took a test and that she was in fact pregnant. Or another time when I saw a coworker was walking out of our building, but I saw him holding a little girl and him holding the hand of his son. And then when I looked again, it was just him and his son. And a year later, he had a little girl. And so I was like, I should have told him this. Why did I tell him that? He would have believed me more. But it wasn't that. He did believe me. There's nothing that's always so tangible about your gifts and about the messages that you receive. It's just that you receive them. And sometimes you're meant to give them, sometimes you're meant to just observe. But your gifts are your gifts. Your gifts are the gateway to the next phase and the next level. And when you receive a message that can be useful to the whole, to the collective, you should give it as part of your purpose to give it. Unashamed, unafraid, not being controlled by what someone would think about you, but doing the will of your soul, doing the will of your purpose, doing the will of the all, doing the will of God. It's serving the universe in the way, it's serving the world in a way that is not something that everyone uses. Everyone has their own gifts, but not everyone uses it in the way that you do. So you are uniquely qualified to be the deliverer of a message, to be the deliverer of a service. It's the same way where people that are artists and they go in the flow, they operate in the flow of their gift, which is artistry, whether it's one of the fine arts like painting or sketching, or it could be a musical art where you operate in the flow of the beat. But it is your voice, it is your gift that was meant to be received by the world. And it is an expression of the Creator that flows through you. So some people ask, well, how do I know that God is real? And it's because you are real and you are the embodiment and the expression of God on this earthly plane. And so why would you draw back in holding your gift when it was meant for the world and a greater purpose? You are the gift. And by the fact that I was getting on the plane, which means that I was stepping into another level and I was taking flight. So remember that as you operate in your gifts, you start moving in a different level, a different energetic dimension way of being, and you begin to take flight. So anyway, have a great day. It's a beautiful day out here in Georgia. These bugs are. But have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.